Chippewa National Forest has no land covered by the rule. Nationally, the rule covers approximately 30% of the 109 million acre national forest system, primarily in the West. The rule would not rescind roadless areas in Colorado or Idaho, as those are governed by state regulations, the United States Department of Agriculture said. While the Trump administration has argued rescinding the rule would allow crews to reduce wildfire fuels in those areas, environmental groups have pushed back, and the Trout Unlimited people came up with a study that shows, well, there's just as much fire in a road or not road. So,
right.
Okay.
We have,
in other words, I don't think it's as bad as the New York Times made it sound.
No, it's not. I believe I think we only have 2 national forests, right? We have Chippewa and we have Superior. And then I think the rest of them are state forests.
Well, your local state guy is your guy, and that's going to...
The Superior National Forest is the one that borders on the boundary waters.
Do we trust our guys and gals' instincts?
Well, this state's full of euphoria, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But the state forests in Minnesota, especially up in the Arrowhead region, what a well-kept secret. If you can find a logging road up there, go down it, see where it goes. You'll end up camping and having an area all to yourself. So wonderful up there.
Are we short of wood for housing construction?
Oh, you're asking. Don't ask me.
Why am I looking at you?
Please. Yeah.
Don't look at me.
You mean, do we have boards?
I can look it up.
Do we have boards?
What's the point of your question?
Well, according to the New York Times, this is Trump pounding his fist on the desk saying, you must get in there and cut down trees and make wood. Well, that's not make lumber. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. But I'm just wondering, is there a national, if you go to the lumber yard, you can get a 2x4.
Question to Google, do we have enough forest to provide for housing? AI says yes. North America has enough overall forest growth to supply regional lumber for home building, but using forest land, here we get political, but using forest land itself as physical space to clear for new subdivisions creates conflict. Okay, they're saying don't clear the woods to build a house.
Right.
They want sustainable forestry, and I think that's what we do, right? Yes. That's what all foresters are doing now. They're replanting.
So we're not clearing out the BWCA to make cul-de-sacs?
We are not.
Okay.
I wish we had a sounder for fraud alert. So create one instantly.
Good fraud.
Instantly. Instantly. Whoop, right now.
Whoop, whoop.
There it is, fraud alert sounder.
Wow. That was quick.
Los Angeles drivers.
Alarm!
Oh, yeah.
Alarm!
There it is.
There it is.
Fraud.
There it is. We got fraud.
Okay.
See, I think those are backwards, Chris.
Yeah,
the siren should be first.
Can we do it with the siren first?
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but that's how you should do your
How
job.
about all 4 of you shut up right now because we're having technical issues behind the scenes?
Oh, I'm shocked that we have a technical issue.
have said it.
Did our 1999
But my favorite thing
computer
is you
breakdown?
4 asshats. All you do is you look at me and point at screens and stuff.
Let's buy those $100
Hey,
tires.
springing into
Where's the
action.
fraud?
Let's all
Fraud
just
alert.
spend the whole show pointing at Chris now.
Fraud alert.
Fraud.
Los Angeles drivers will be paid $600 to go carless for 5 weeks. If the idea of getting paid to skip the car sounds good to you, this is your chance, wrote the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority. LA's roads will thank you. LA Metro figures it will be no problem signing up people. It has room for about 2,000 participants. We are expecting several thousand to sign up, said Patrick Chandler, LA Metro spokesman. The agency estimates about 30% of solo car trips each day could be done by walking, carpool, or some form of public transit. All participants in the one-car challenge must be Los Angeles County residents at least 21 years old and have 1 or more cars in their household and keep one idle for 5 weeks. Each person could get paid as much as $600 for doing this.
I've already got my scheme planned.
To prove the unused car stays that way, participants will be using Go Karma's smartphone app to keep track of odometer readings. Participants may be asked to turn in photos of the car's odometer before, during, and at the end of the 5 weeks to document reduced driving. Can you imagine just going taking a picture? Go to a junkyard and just take pictures of odometers.
I don't know if you remember or not. How many trucks do I own?
3.
I drive one. The wife drives the other one.
Yep.
The other one just sits there.
You get paid for that.
That's $600, baby.
I'm just glad that there won't be any element of fraud at all with this. This is going to be fantastic.
Participants may be asked to turn in photos of the car's odometer. See, this is the least of LA's problems. First of all, it's laughable that in a city area of 10 million people, 2,000 cars absent will not be noticed.
Right.
That won't make a difference at all. In the meantime, if your house burned down in the Pacific Palisades, you're still waiting to get a building permit. This is a destroyed city by the Mysterians. In any event, participants may be asked to turn in phones of the car's odometer before, during, at the end of 5 weeks to document reduced driving. The app tracks travel behavior. See, I don't like the way this is going.
Yeah.
The app tracks travel behavior and vehicle odometer readings, but Metro says it respects data privacy. Well, sure they do. The program's first phase took place in 2023 in Santa Monica, where traffic engineers found a significant reduction in vehicle use. Well, that's nonsense. There's no way to put that in context. They only used 300 people in that test, and they're saying that brought about in Santa Monica, part of the 10 million people, that brought a significant reduction in vehicle use. Absolute nonsense.
Here, let me read you this. The city of Los Angeles is projected to overspend by more than $200 million for the 25-26 fiscal year.
Get this. In Seattle, in 2003, the one less car demonstration study. Guess how many people they used? 86.
There you go. That's good.
86 participants reduced total miles driven by 41,463, or an average of 1,974 miles not driven per week. I find that absolute BS. Do you know anybody that drives 2,000 miles a week?
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hi.
Do you drive 2,000 miles a week?
You know what? Let me add that up.
Pretty close.
Well,
Seriously.
how many miles to work?
Round trip, it's about 78.
Okay. 5 times 70, that's 30, you know.
But that's just to and from work. I
Right,
got
and then you got
kids,
ball games and stuff.
kids and
You're
ball
not
games
hitting
and-
2,000 miles. There's no way in hell you're hitting 2,000 miles.
When I was a courier, I routinely did 12 to 1,300 a week.
Yeah, but that's doing a courier thing.
Yeah, not 2,000. You're right. Yeah, doing courier. But I was driving my own car.
I don't care what you were driving. That was a business deal.
Yes, sir.
They're talking about 86 people in Seattle did this, and they averaged 1,974 miles not driven per week. I don't believe that. Also, the report found the program saved a total of 8,000 fewer car trips. You mean to tell me, check this out. Check it out. You mean to tell me 86 participants in saved, how long was the study? Per week. I don't know how long it lasted, but they said it saved a total of 8,000 or fewer car trips. I don't believe any of this BS. This is what politicians shouldn't be doing. This is exactly why the government grows. You have to hire people to create this BS, and it's meaningless. In the meantime, the streetlights keep getting their copper stolen from them. The
Joe,
roads don't get patched.
Why do you keep bringing up things in, I don't know, L.A., San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle? Why do you insist on always talking about those cities?
Because it always comes here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's about 285 miles per day.
Okay. Times 7 or 5?
2,000 divided by 7 is about 285 miles a day.
You're not doing that. No, you're not doing that.
Okay.
You got me some corn from a roadside stand.
Heinz sweet corn in southern Minnesota.
Did you go out of your way?
Not
Because
very far.
I asked you not to go out of your way.
But Heinz is the best. This is a free plug for the Heinz sweet corn.
Heinz, I'm glad you got your corn. That's great.
You know what?
I'm not talking about corn.
Hold on a second, Joe. I will put your Heinz up against my Peppa and Poppy's corn any day of the week, where I bought
challenge.
90 ears of corn this morning.
Is this grass-fed versus corn-fed?
What
Kenny?
kind of corn is this? Grass-fed? No, that's for meat.
Jesus H. Wow. Is this grass-fed corn? You know what you are?
A city.
You are. Hold on, you're one of these right here.
Alarm! Alarm!
You're a fraud.
I think it was straw
That's so
fed.
fun.
Yeah.
You just pulled a rookie.
Yeah.
Oh, give me the fraud alert again. I'm going to dovetail into it here.
Well, we should put it backwards because
Alarm!
Yeah, can you roll it?
Alarm!
That is backwards, Chris.
No, it isn't. That worked fine. Whatever that way that was. We have a Somali daycare owner. This is in the St. Cloud area. He won his DFL House primary as state violations continued to pile up against him.
Yep.
DFL House nominee Abdi Dasani, Abdi Dasani, St. Cloud Daycare has been cited. I didn't say fraud. For 16 violations since July of 2024, but the Department of Human Services really cracked down on him for those 16 violations. He got a $400 fine.
Oh.
That damn near put him out of business.
There goes the Kenyan real estate, huh?
A Somali refugee turned St. Cloud businessman whose child care center has racked up years of state licensing violations is now one step closer to a legislative seat. Abdi Dasani won last week's Democratic primary with 62.5% of the vote, advancing to the November general election against Republican Mike Conway in District 14A. Dasani, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, was born in Somalia. He spent time in Kenya. He entered the U.S. Before entering the U.S., he opened Blooming Kids Child Care Center in St. Cloud since in 2017. This is an Alpha News piece. They first reported on the center's history of violations in July of 2024, 2 years ago, when Dasani was making his first run for a House seat. Because somebody got to Dasani and told him that's where the real money is.
Yeah.
If you get in the legislature, it's easier to,
Funnel.
yeah. While Dasani lost that race to incumbent Bernie Perryman, a Republican, the violations kept coming. Since that report, Blooming Kids has been cited for 16 violations across 3 subsequent licensing reviews, according to the Department of Human Services records reviewed by Alpha News. Thank God for the likes of Alpha. The Star Tribune and the Pioneer Press, they're not reviewing any DHS documents, are they?
I'm about to tear up from the rom-com love story you're about to give us.
Meanwhile,
tugs at my heartstrings, Joe.
Meanwhile, a 2023 BBC News Somali article featuring his wife Ayan Kaba is drawing attention online after Kaba described crossing over the U.S.-Mexico border so that she could be with Dasani. I smuggled myself and jumped over the wall for my love. Well, thank you. God love you. You made it. Okay. I smuggled myself and jumped over the wall for my love, Kaba said, referring to Dasani, according to an English translation of the article. She is one of hundreds of Somalis who have jumped the U.S.-Mexican border wall.
So let's just stop there and kind of go around the room. We've all been married 80 years or more, each one of us. How far do you think our wives would go to be with the love of their life?
I'm not jumping over any wall.
She ain't going to the end of the driveway for me.
What do you mean jump? I'm not jumping. Alpha News reached out to Dasani's campaign. They didn't receive a response. Children were subjected to prohibited disciplinary actions. Among them, regulators found that, I said that, DHS also found the center failed to submit a background study request when required and did not have documentation showing that a teacher met required qualifications. You know, the Somalis do all this stuff. You know, they open a daycare, but they don't know about the traditions and conventions of the American way of doing business. And they just think you put a sign up, you got a daycare center.
Kids show up.
You know, we got rules.
Start cashing checks.
And in this state, you don't even have to spell the words right.
No.
Quality Learning Center.
It's a Learning Center. The staff did not supervise children at all times. They were not placed within correct age category. The program was not operating within its terms of its license. The center space was not clean. Come on, you got kids in there. Clean the damn thing.
Does he not realize the scrutiny that's going to be paid to him when he's running for office? Did he think this was going to go unnoticed?
There'll be no scrutiny paid to him. He'll win.
I mean, this would be bad enough if he wasn't running for office, but the fact that you're running for office and you want public trust.
Now, what could you do for me, Dasani? You couldn't run your own business.
Right.
Regulators also found that Blooming Kids did not place all infants to sleep. Oh my God, he had infants there. Did not place all infants to sleep on their backs or have the required documentation for an alternate position. Oh, for God's sakes, the center failed to comply with CPR and first aid training requirements. Additionally, DHS found that infant bottles were not properly labeled with each child's first and last name. Oh, this is sad. This is no longer funny. And that areas used by children were not in good repair. But the DHS that we can trust in this state, they're a crackerjack outfit. They just awarded a leg lamp to the Refugee of the Year who only stole $4.5 million. The center was also ordered to pay a $400 fine for 2 background study violations, including allowing an employee to work for nearly 7 months after the employee's background study expired. I'm gratefully I'm almost done with this because it sickens me. The latest findings add to a regulatory history that predates Dasani's current campaign. Blooming Kids was cited for multiple violations during license reviews in 2021, 2022, and 2023. But our DHS didn't put them out of business. These violations included instances in which the correct number of qualified staff were not present. Staff training did not include all required items. Equipment and furniture were in bad repair. Areas used by the kids was not in good repair. The center was not clean, and the documentation was unavailable to demonstrate that a teacher even had qualifications. What I'm really shocked at is, well, of course, it's the DHS, so they wouldn't know. This guy could have been getting checks that we don't even know about. A 2021 maltreatment investigation also found the children's files lacked required immunization and physical exam documentation. Oh, come on.
Is he a Democrat or a Democrat socialist?
I don't know.
I can't find.
He's not a fit person to be running a daycare.
Well, I'm just looking for comment from the Democrats.
Well, you won't get any. Hell, they allowed a thief to vote for herself to remain in the legislature.
Yeah, good point.
That's a shame. This is not funny. The kids deserve better than this fruitcake. Hey, let's keep this. Let's try to remember to keep track of Abdi Dasani.
And follow his political career?
Well,
Hand me that.
he's running against Republican Mike Conway in House District 14A. Mike Conway, I would hope, will use all of this information to reveal what a lout this fellow is.
But Mike is the St. Cloud City Council president right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's got
some name recognition.
Some backing, yeah.
He probably doesn't have a rundown daycare center either. Sheesh. Is your garage floor run down? Mine is, but I have first-generation epoxy coating. Installed Building Solutions provides the most current technology for an epoxy garage floor. Durable polyurea garage floors are built to handle salt, snow, spills, the daily wear of life in Minnesota. Most floors can be done in one day. Get your garage back quickly. These babies are the best. You know about them. You spill some oil, clean it up with a paper towel, sweep it out, use your blower, and it's just amazing. They also are offering, Installed Building Solutions that is, melamine cabinets and overhead storage solutions, all of which are fully customizable. Installed Building Solutions will assess your space to help you find the perfect storage solution. They have a showroom in Farmington. You can see all the colors of the garage floors. You can see all the optional variations of the melamine cabinet storage systems. Call 651-463-9333 and schedule a showroom appointment. Run down to Farmington, make a day of it, or make a morning of it. And we've also made it very easy for you to visit Installed Building Solutions. Visit garagelogic.com/IBS.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
Do we hear this song every day at this time? Is this like Won't Get Fooled Again, playing 4 times a day on KQ?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Chris, shut up and say something,
I've
Chris.
never heard that song before. That sounds like a song, a real song.
What?
Are you kidding me?
No. Go ahead, Kenny. Let's go while we're young here.
Good things.
Shut up and say something,
Yeah,
Kenny.
please shut up and say something.
Good things come to those who wait. Is that true? It is if you've been waiting for that deal on new pontoons or fishing boats. Now's your time. Warner's Dock, They have slashed prices on all remaining 2026 inventory, including Premier pontoons, Bentley pontoons, Alumacraft, and Skeeter boats. We can choose from an extensive selection and take advantage of late summer deals right now. Plenty of summer left to get out on the water, and Warner Stock in New Richmond, the best place in the Midwest to find your new boat or pontoon. They've been at it 79 years over there in New Richmond. That's 4 generations of family. They're committed to an amazing dealer experience for our families. They know that boating isn't a cheap game. It's very expensive. And that's why you can trust Warner Stock to take care of every step along the way to keep you and your family on the water. They do it all from sales to service, storage. Warner Stock, they're talking, docks, lifts, pontoons, boats, you name it. Oh, motors. You want to repower a boat? That's the place to go. All of your boating needs can be found in New Richmond or on the web, warnerstock.com.
Kenny, that procedure you had done made the paper.
Yeah.
World's smallest penis patient
Yeah.
claims his procedure was a big hit.
I finally got the recognition I deserve.
A northern Minnesota man who claims to have the world's smallest penis might have finally gotten a happy ending.
Why would you claim that?
He says his Regent enlargement procedure was a big success. Kenneth Olson
They call me Zucchini now.
told TMZ that he underwent the operation Monday in northern Minnesota, where doctors injected his 0.38-inch member.
Jesus.
Wow. Well within the parameters of a micropenis.
That's smaller than a thimble.
With a semi-permanent dermal filler to fill up his girth. It took 3 hours, Caddy. You didn't tell us that.
They're stuffing 10 pounds of S into a 5-pound bag.
Then they have to give. They had to shoot it up with injections.
Is it a pump? Is it natural, or what happens?
But you have a ways to go because you're still you're swollen now, aren't you?
It's hard to walk. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard.
Okay.
Can't stand up.
He's not walking with quite confidence.
I know you never wanted to tell us this
No.
on the air, but you always told us off the air that your miniature member stayed out. You couldn't find it. It tucked up inside like a belly button.
I'm surprised you didn't realize this when I told you I have 3 trucks. I mean, isn't that a sign right there?
Right, that is. I put my hand out the window and go like this to you when I drive by. You
The
know?
bigger the truck,
Yes.
the smaller the man.
Yes.
You can also, you're urinating better than you used to.
Yeah, before it was just kind of a spray. But now it's
Now you do have to return for booster shots.
booster. I'll say.
To keep it going. And
Wow.
He was second in line for that Silence of the Lambs movie with the, but the other guy beat him out.
God.
They called me Tuck.
you know who's really angry right now? The second smallest is now in the news.
Did they really?
That made the New York Post.
Joe,
Kenny.
did they really use my name?
Yeah, Kenny Olson, Northern Minnesota.
Golly, I told him to keep it secret.
I know. These things can get away from you.
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Well, I bet dates are going to be just flowing in right now.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Plus, we got the state fair around the corner. I mean,
Dates only from the women with the world's smallest
yes.
God's pocket.
Yes, I think I understand. God's pocket.
That's Don McLean's name.
That's right.
The Pillow Man. We noted briefly yesterday we had some breaking news that he's challenging the primary election, says that he couldn't possibly have lost. He's going to spend $825,000 of his own money. That's a world record.
Wow.
He seems rather proud of that this has never taken place before, that someone would spend this much money. What's his name?
Mike Lindell.
Yeah,
Mike
Mike.
Lindell.
Mike, you lost by 43,000 votes. What do you hope to demonstrate? I believe that you probably lost. No, not probably. I believe you lost. I don't believe you'd have. Can you find 43,000 fraudulent votes?
Mike can.
Can he find $800,000?
Whoa.
And why would you waste the money, Mike? I don't understand it. you can't possibly overturn this election. There's no way that, 43,000 people voted more than.
So let's run through the process. $800,000 hires a private independent.
Well, stop. You can resume. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Who came up with that number? Is there a notebook at
Yeah. No,
the
there
Secretary of
is.
State's office that says if you want to challenge this, it
Yeah.
costs you
If
$835?
it's 20
I think there
grand,
is, yes.
it's only 400. If it's 8 or 40
Yeah.
grand, it's 800.
No, I read it in the story. I think there is. I think you're right.
Oh, Rook, you might be right. The larger the margin of victory for your opponent, the more we charge you to do the recount because you got to count more ballots.
But isn't that what the Secretary of State does?
Well, no, he doesn't sit there with a pile of
he's
ballots
got
on his
people.
desk. He's
Is
got
it-
people.
I thought that was his job. Why do we have to hire out?
Well, because to recount all these votes is going to take a lot of people.
Then he better have good proof that there's 41,000 fraudulent.
I got news for you. He doesn't.
He doesn't have any proof of anything.
I could save you the time, man.
What about the money? Does he have the money?
I don't know about his financial situation.
I think he might suffer from the same thing I suffer from. When I don't have any money, I would immediately buy a 65 Impala for $36,000, no problem. If I have $36,000, there's no way in hell I'm spending it on a 65 Impala. I think that's his thinking.
I think I understand that.
Yeah, if I have the money, I'm not spending it. If I don't have the money, hell yeah, I'll spend that. It's not my money.
Did you really spend 36 grand on that Impala?
That's what it costs now to buy a nice Impala. It's
He had one,
It's an $18,000 car. Why are they selling for 36?
But didn't yours have a broken frame?
Yeah, the frame broke,
Well,
and
I
I got rid of it.
you ever gone in response to an ad, and the person is so honest that they tell you far more than you wanted to know? They tell you so much that they make it extremely easy for you to say, thanks for your time and leave.
I do that. I do that all the time because I don't want it coming back to me. And I always underprice things. If it's a $1,500 dirt bike, I'll put it for $800 and I'll tell them every little thing that's wrong with it.
I went to see a guy 2 springs ago selling a rare British car, one that I happen to be keenly interested in. They only made 8,484 of them, and 1 year only car. And I got there, and he starts. I sit in it, and he's pointing out things. Okay, that doesn't work. That knob. And then he goes on and on and on. And I said, what about the history of the car? And this is where he started telling me way too much. He said, well, it was in a wreck.
Sure.
And the frame was broken in half.
Oh, jeez.
But
Holy
I was able to get the frame welded back together.
okay.
Not a different frame. He welded the frame back together.
What about, did he encapsulate it?
I have no idea. Because once all I heard was, bro. And then I said,
You're getting in the car.
and
And
a wonderful guy, a nice guy, and he, I guess, in the world of integrity, he's to be credited with that.
how was his price? Was it priced accordingly?
Yes. No, it was priced as though it didn't have a broken frame.
Oh,
Yeah. But in his mind, it had served him well, and he had driven it many miles on many occasions for years, and in
your paranoid state,
it wasn't even paranoia. I'm just thinking, I just don't need a car with a broken
how
frame.
far are you getting away with that broken frame? Are you getting down the street? Are you getting to the
Well,
stop
he-
sign?
there's a
he
good
spent many
chance.
years driving
yeah.
it.
There's a good chance it would be fine. Just give me the price and what he was asking. It doesn't matter now.
Oh, I think it was in the 15 range. 15
So,
grand.
did it occur to you to offer him 7.5?
No, because once I heard broken frame, I'm done.
Do you think he would have taken 7.5?
No, he didn't need to.
He was solid on his price.
Yeah, he was cool. In fact, now that I think about it was more in the 25 to 30. Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what they go for. If they're-
I really appreciate that. I love that. When I buy stuff, I try to buy it from original or second owners, with those tedious guys that have all the records, all the notes, all the dealer service stuff. That's who I buy stuff from.
He would have been perfectly within his rights to not tell me about that frame.
Could you do that? I couldn't do
Was
that.
he just lonely and didn't want to sell it?
Because,
but wanted-
I could have laid under the car and seen the welding and said, did the frame break? At which point he could have said yes. But he didn't. I mean, I'm not encouraging people to be dishonest. I'm just saying, it's buyer beware. I'm standing there. I'm going through the car. I'm starting it. I'm looking at everything. But
Have you ever
sometimes people tell you more than they need to.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever sold anything that later... Okay, let me retract that question.
I think that's I'll get back to you.
Here's my story.
I've told the story before on the air.
You have.
Yeah, I had a Porsche Boxster.
Yeah. You told it yesterday, actually.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
No, I didn't tell the story. I said, but I sold it to a wonderful guy.
It blowed up.
It blew up, and I just could not have felt. But I didn't know. It wasn't anything I could have forewarned about, and I just felt so bad that I sent him back some money.
One time I sold an 85 YZ250 that had been bored to the max and ported, and it would only stay cool by running race gas. When you run race gas, that burns cooler, right? Mm-hmm. And when I sold it, I told the guy, you have to burn this kind of oil, this mixture. You absolutely have to use race gas.
And he didn't.
He didn't. It blew up. He
Right.
called me.
Right. And
So-
you said to him, did you use race gas?
No, I was pump gas, blah, 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 Yamalube.
Yeah,
shut
well,
up.
you warned him.
Yeah.
Say, got that garage floor taken care of. What about the door? And you know what? In the summer is the best time to get this stuff done. Especially a garage door. Do you want the guys to come out in the dead of winter? It's 20 below. They're working in the cold, and that cold filters into your house. No, get it taken care of this summer. If you need a new garage door, contact Precision Garage Door. They have models for every budget. You'll improve your value of your home. You'll save energy. You'll provide better security. The designer comes out, go through the catalog, pick your door, boom, you're in. Right now, you can get $400 trade-in credit for your old garage door. If you like your current door, but she's acting up, book a Precision Door, $79 safe and sound package, and see what the future holds for that current door. Book online at Precision Door MN, one word, precisiondoormn.com, or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate, or book a Precision Door safe and sound package.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
Let's talk about our friends at Harmony Spirits down there in Harmony, Minnesota. Man, oh man, summer is not slowing down. Heck no. Head down to that tasting room down there in Harmony, Minnesota. Events happening all the time. All of you GLers have been stopping in this summer, and I can't tell you how much that means to Larry and Damon and the entire Garage Logic podcast crew. Thank you so much for supporting our friends in Harmony, Minnesota. And it doesn't matter what you're looking for. Vodka, gin, whiskey, the rum, the bourbon, it's all there for you, including those wonderful pre-made cocktails. I've been touting the blackberry lemonade all summer long, and you can't go wrong with that. It's a wonderful handcrafted cocktail in Harmony, Minnesota. But right now, you can also order it online. Go to harmonyspirits.net, click the Buy Online tab, and you can have it sent right to your front door. And also, please continue to do me a favor. Go into your local liquor store. Ask for Harmony Spirits by name. The consumer has a tremendous amount of buying power. HarmonySpirits.net is the website. Check in on their Facebook page for upcoming events and let them know you heard about them here on the Garage Logic podcast.
Here's John Heidt.
Thank you, Joe. This news is brought to you by North American Baking Company. Yesterday, an agreement reached between Ramsey County and some alleged members of the Muddy and Ville gangs in connection with that civil lawsuit seeking to prevent gang members from gathering at the Minnesota State Fair this year. Ramsey County Attorney John Choi and Attorney General Keith Ellison filed a civil lawsuit earlier this month asking the court to prevent members of the two rival gangs from associating at the fair after law enforcement saw a post on social media by an alleged gang member promoting the biggest battle of the year at the fair. Well, yesterday in court, 6 of the 10 listed members agreed not to attend the fair. According to court records, Ramsey County officials say they will dismiss the lawsuit if the alleged gang members comply with their requests. Now there's 4 more members, 4 remaining members, and they're due back in court today, where a judge is set to make a decision about them attending the fair, according to court records.
Welcome to Minnesota. We have to negotiate with the gangbangers to not fight at the Minnesota State Fair.
I think the gang's got their own attorneys.
I'm sure, yeah.
But wait a minute. Democratic leaders were telling us there are no such thing as Somali gangs.
No, these are small groups.
Oh,
small groups.
I see. Okay, so that's different.
It was like Child 44 in the Soviet Union. There are no gangs.
There's no gangs.
This is such a
Rook, read another book, would you?
Yeah.
You do really have to read that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of the fair, after months of detours and construction, MnDOT says 280 is on track to reopen tomorrow.
What?
Just in time for one of the...
My long national nightmare is over.
Hold on. I'm going to go to the camera right now, John Heidt.
Okay,
What do you
tomorrow
find,
it's
Kenny?
supposed to reopen.
Yeah, but
Just-
what exits and entrances are going to be open?
Would you look at that? They've been finishing up on the bridge over Energy Park Drive, and you know what, John? I'm believing your story. It
Well,
looks
thank
like
you very
they're
much.
done.
Yeah, but aren't a lot of the...
No, they're all open. Como, Energy Park, University, they'll all be open.
You can access westbound 94 off of University Avenue here when you leave. You just cannot access eastbound 94 yet.
Let me confirm that.
Okay.
Boy, that's all restriped and nice and fancy.
looks
Matthew
fresh.
is correct.
The $34 million project transformed a 3-mile stretch of Highway 280 between Interstate 94 and Highway 36, replacing aging pavement and upgrading deteriorating guardrails and barriers. Instead of keeping lanes open and working around traffic, MnDOT opted for a full closure that began back in April. The decision created months of detours for drivers, but dramatically shortened the construction timeline. According to MnDOT, if they hadn't done a full closure, the job would have taken 2 to 3 years to finish. They said allowing them to do the full closure, they got it done from April to August, significantly quicker and safer for them. MnDOT says the approach allowed crews to complete years' worth of work in just a few months while reducing risk to both construction workers and drivers.
Hope this helps, John. This just breaking. Angie writes, I'm listening live, and you are asking how they came up with that $825,000 figure for the Pillow Guys recount. I work in elections at the county level, and I can say the Secretary of State reached out to our county and asked what we estimate that it will cost our office to conduct the recount. The amount would include our time to administer, election judge teams that would have to come in and hand count each ballot, etc. It takes a lot of time and effort to conduct recounts. My guess is they reached out to all 87 counties and then took the 87 amounts that each county sent in, because it will be statewide, and that's what brought that total amount to $825,000. It would be a fair stretch for the pillow guy to find the amount of votes needed to change the results. Thank you, Angie.
I did find some older stories. I was trying to find if he has any net worth at this point.
Yeah.
And he said about 16 months ago he was worth nothing, zero. That's when he was supposed to be paying some judgments.
Right.
So he said he was completely flat broke. So I don't know if that's changed.
We also have an email from loyal Garage Logic Town Council member Dan McGrath.
Dan.
Actually, no, I'm kidding.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Joe, 43,000 ballots is a really big hurdle. I've done this kind of research in the past. In a very close gubernatorial race where the margin was about 7,000 votes, we dug in on the most expedient available avenue to see if it would be worth contesting the election results. While a mandatory recount was underway and buying us time, after a statewide canvass of rostered voters, we found 6,000 more ballots than voter signatures. These were suspected to be fraudulent ballots, but we couldn't find enough to beat the 7,000 margin, and the candidate rightly decided not to challenge the results to live and fight another day. He will probably find some newsworthy anomalies, but I really doubt that he's going to find 43,000 of them. That's Dan McGrath.
You know, voting used to be one of our charming, innocent pastimes.
Well, would you like news on voting from Carver County?
Why does everything have to be from Carver County? Who lives there anyway, Chris? Who do you know that lives in Carver County?
Well, Kenny, I think it's apropos to the entire state of Minnesota about how you can help your fellow neighbors and how to vote here in the great state of Minnesota.
Other types of Election Day registration options include a registered voter in that precinct who can personally vouch for the identity and residence of up to 8 new voters. A healthcare facility worker can vouch for an unlimited number of residents of facilities that they work for, regardless of where that facility worker lives. A voter can use a notice of late registration sent to them. If a voter is moved within their precinct or has only changed their name, they may use their previous registration in the precinct. For college students, precincts may be provided with a list of students.
So a healthcare worker can vouch for
Such
an unlimited number of people.
I don't remember your opinion, so I'm asking it on electronic ballot counting. How do you feel about that?
I've never thought about it.
Isn't that basically what Mike is questioning here?
Yeah, his grievance is with electronic machines.
Yeah, the thing you slip it in when you're done. Yeah,
I just slip it in there and I go home.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I've never voted for anybody who won anyway.
I have a voting hangover for 2 weeks where I'm just overwhelmed by depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
A man is in custody after he allegedly tried to kidnap his ex from a Golden Valley Hospital's parking lot on Monday. 63-year-old Todd Allen Smith facing 1 count of kidnapping after he allegedly pepper sprayed his ex's daughter and tried to drag his ex into a vehicle. According to court records, police were called to the Minneapolis Clinic of Neurology in Golden Valley, where an attack had been reported. Police found 3 women in the parking lot of the hospital who multiple witnesses said had been attacked by 2 men. One woman told investigators she'd been leaving the hospital with her aunt and mother, the latter, whom suffers from dementia. As they were helping get the woman's mother into the car, they said a dark-colored truck pulled up, after which Smith and another man exited that vehicle. Smith then pepper sprayed the women, tried to grab his ex, and put her into the truck. The woman who was pepper sprayed and her aunt were able to fight the men off until other people from inside the hospital saw what was happening and ran to help them. At that point, Smith and the other man took off. He was later arrested, currently in custody at the Hennepin County Jail.
So he was trying to get back the ex?
Correct.
Who has dementia?
That's correct.
Well, I thought the ex's mother had dementia.
The
Why would
the
he want
ex
her
is
back?
the ex is the older woman. The younger woman was the daughter.
Maybe it was. Maybe she would have been better off getting help rather than him.
I feel like I'd be better off not knowing any of that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good story.
It's horrible.
Any part of it. Is
What
not
kind of car was it? I wonder.
The Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board reaffirmed its push last night for a 5.86% levy increase for park services. Board members say Jacob Fry, the mayor's proposal for a 2.5% increase is not enough. Tom Olson is the board president. We feel very strongly 5.86 is an accurate number of what the park system needs to be able to provide full service for the city of Minneapolis. The mayor has said other departments have been negotiating to lower their levy percentages, but not the park board. Fry argues parts of the park board budget could be consolidated, pointing to a $1.8 million of funding for HR, $1.9 million for finance, and $1 million for communications. All this as the board is considering a $160 million parks budget, with about $94 million of that coming from the tax levy.
How many? I bet you most of that goes to salaries. I mean, they probably have a park board workforce of way too many people. Park board members should be unknown and unheard. They should not be allowed to speak in public.
Let's see if there's a.
Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from the fellow we now know as MPK and see what he has to tell
MPK,
us.
thank you. You can address me as that from this point going forward. I did the math. It's been since 2020. I've been staying at the Courtyard by Marriott in Roseville exclusively since then, including through their extensive renovation project a few years ago, where they brought new life to the hotel, turned the Courtyard at Courtyard by Marriott into a wonderful outdoor space, water features, fireplace, that whole deal. Super comfy lounging chairs. Their location, one of the reasons I love them so much, their location there in Roseville is close to everything, midway between the downtowns, fast freeway access to get to the big games fast. Perfect for the state fairgrounds, by the way. Just a short jaunt down Snelling or Fairview or the newly repaved 280. The amenities, they're everything we need, actually. Breakfast and coffee at the bistro. Drinks and dinner at the lounge, a laundry room for you during long stays, a pool for the kids, hot tub, fitness center, fast, free internet. Oh, and what I love, the adjustable TVs, you can point them anywhere in the room so you can watch them comfortably, including laying in bed. And, of course, clean and efficient bathrooms and showers. You should try to get a room with a balcony so you can keep an eye on things there in the Courtyard, if you know what I mean. When you go to the Twin Cities, stay at the Courtyard by Marriott. They're in Roseville, east side of 35W, between County C and County D, right there in lovely, leafable, leisurely Roseville.
The Earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Let's talk about our friends at North American Banking Company, investing in your success since 1998. That's right. Why? Glad you asked. That's because they believe in the Twin Cities metro area and think that this is a great place to start a business and also take care of all the people that live here in the Twin Cities. And you see that with all of their 6 Twin Cities locations: Roseville, 50th in France, Woodbury, Hastings, Shoreview, and Maple Grove. They believe in all of you small business owners out there. That's because they're locally owned and operated. So all of those loan decisions, those are made right here. They don't send these out of state. No, that's right. All of that money stays here in the Twin Cities. And it doesn't matter what you're looking to do. Like I mentioned, starting up a business, buying a new home, a new car, financing a new home renovation project, all of that can happen with North American Banking Company. Check it out for yourself. It's online. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender. Joe?
John, could you go back to the park board story?
Sure.
Their budget is what?
The budget.
They would wish for a budget of $160 million.
Correct. The board is considering a $160 million parks budget.
Well, they have camp counselors, recreation leaders, park keepers, youth specialists. Rook looked this up. Program specialists, program recreation coordinators, and foremans. All those are hourly, and the least you could earn is $18.56 an hour as a recreation leader. But when you get to salaried and management roles, program supervisors make $83,336 a year. Event managers, $95,077 per year. An area/park operations manager up to $106,636 a year. What we don't know, whatever you looked, project director, $141,655 a year. An assistant superintendent, $170,550 a year. So that's the assistant. What we don't know is how many program supervisors there are. How many event managers are there? How many area and park operations managers are there? How many project directors are there? How many assistant superintendents there are at $170,000? So I don't think I was being hyperbolic when I said a lot of that budget just goes for salaries.
Kenny, you ready to move back to Minneapolis and run for the park board?
I can't believe, and I'm looking it up, confirming everything he just said. These are insane numbers.
Well, the key for us to understand is how absurd it might be, depending on how many of these event managers there are.
Okay, but
for
this
example,
is a park
they're
board.
doing pickleball. Some on the streets or something. Would that be that would probably be an event manager would organize that, but maybe there's a pickleball manager. I don't know.
But how many events does that one event manager manage throughout the year?
More accurately, how many event managers are there? There's the key.
I think we're asking the same question.
Well, I want one event manager to manage all of them.
It doesn't say here, but
you want an 18-hour day, 6 days a week.
Work your ass off. Let's go.
when you think about the mayor of Minneapolis is paid $187 a year, and like Joe said, $170 for an assistant. On the
That's
park
the
board?
assistant super.
What is the
So
park?
what's the super make?
I'll try to find out.
All right.
Wow. In national and international news, speaking of money, the national debt has topped $40 trillion.
John, I'm so puzzled by this because what is supposed to be our reaction to that? In a real life, you couldn't live with that kind of debt, but we just seem to ignore it.
Yeah. How does that affect our day-to-day living? That's what you have to make it matter to me.
The Treasury Department's daily financial report shows the nation's debt reached $40.05 trillion August 18th on Wednesday or Tuesday. That would have been more than double the level it had in 2017, less than 10 years ago.
Wow.
The old Trumper spent some money.
The federal debt has ballooned because government spending is outstripping revenue, and that means the U.S. has to borrow more money to cover the shortfall. So you have to borrow money for money you've already borrowed.
We're so poorly led by either party.
What are we putting up as collateral? If I lived like that, I'd have to offer something to the bank in
3
return.
trucks.
Yeah. What's the collateral on the trillion, John?
I have no idea, Kenny. I suppose just that
It's
we're the
the
United
state
States
of Iowa.
right?
We'll give them Iowa.
We'll give you Iowa. Driving all of this, large increases in defense spending, net interest costs, which approached $1 trillion in 2025 and accounted for about 14% of the nation's spending. Also, the number of people collecting benefits from Social Security and Medicare has increased as the U.S. population gets older. Tax cuts over the last 2 decades have decreased the nation's revenue. The Congressional Budget Office estimating the Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill passed last year will add $4.2 trillion to the national debt through fiscal year 2034. And, of course, larger economic crises that we've gone through in the last 20 years, the Great Recession of 2008 and the COVID-19 pandemic, have triggered spikes in the nation's debt. According to the analysts, those same analysts say the rising federal debt could hurt the country's ability to handle any future normal economic shocks.
Okay, I just randomly picked Jason Garcia, who is District 4. He's a commissioner. It doesn't say it doesn't say his salary, but here's his bio. Jason Garcia lives in the Lowry Hill East neighborhood, also known as the Wedge. Grew up in rural Wisconsin, moved to Minneapolis after college in '97. Proud to have developed a career building local food systems and advocating for indigenous food sovereignty. They work currently with the Twin Cities nonprofit Food Hub. He served in the Lowry Hill East Neighborhood Association, board member, and as a board president, also volunteers with organizations assisting unhoused people and people facing food insecurity.
You mean drug addicts?
In the Twin Cities. When he's not working or volunteering, he enjoys foraging. Jason is focused on improving equitable access to our park system for people regardless of race, gender, age, ability, or socioeconomic level.
See, because if you're a black person,
what
you
happens?
don't know how to open the door.
You can't get through
Yeah.
You can't get through the open grass.
No,
of the
see
tree.
here, you got to turn the knob and open the door.
You know, as a frequent traveler to, say, Minnehaha Falls and Minnehaha Park, I have seen Somalis, I've seen black people, I've seen
you
Native
haven't.
people.
Come
I've
on,
seen
it's
Asian
whites.
people.
It's whites only.
No,
They're
that's
all
white.
cooking food.
That's only for
Maybe I had my filter on.
Sven Skarnadog
I
days.
had my oppressive filter on. Maybe that was it. Anyway.
I tell you, the toughest part about that park is figuring out the parking situation,
Thank
Matthew.
you. Thank you.
The toughest part about that park is not running into somebody on one of those nerdy three-wheel bikes or whatever the hell they are.
Oh, the
I have
the
to-
canopies?
Yeah.
I
I
took
have
it
to-
across the Ford Bridge once. I don't think I was supposed to.
I have to bring my 20-something son with me to figure out the parking situation.
Or you have to say, okay, you guys go on the picnic. I'm going to wait for a parking spot for 45 minutes.
I'm just going to drive around.
Yes.
Well, if you'd walk or take public transportation.
So true. So true.
Meanwhile, in financial news, minutes released yesterday from the July Federal Reserve meeting indicated they would need to raise interest rates soon unless there's more progress on bringing down inflation. The summary of the meeting that was held in late July said many participants assessed that policy tightening would likely be necessary if inflation did not decline. It was a 9-3 vote to keep the federal funds rate targeted in the range that it's at now. The overnight borrowing rate serves as a guidepost for a variety of consumer debt, including mortgages, credit cards, and auto loans. One other economic note, this one affecting Wall Street today. Walmart reporting its smallest sales gain in more than 6 years, as analysts say some Americans continue to spend cautiously, especially when shopping at the retailer's physical stores. Today, Walmart said U.S. comparable sales, those from store and digital channels operating for the past 12 months, rose 2.6%. Analysts had expected about a 3.8% gain. Walmart stock fell 9% in morning trading today, the worst performer in the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
You will get a thorough, in-depth report on that very subject with Mr. Money Talk at the end of the show today.
We do have some encouraging health news. After all that financial news, let's have some encouraging health news. A personalized
Smoking's good for you.
No, a personalized mRNA vaccine helps prevent skin cancer from coming back or spreading. This is from Moderna and Merck. The results of testing marks the first positive late-stage trial for an mRNA cancer therapy, an approach scientists have been developing for decades. Researchers sequenced tumors from patients with melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer. They then encoded the genetic instructions for those mutations into molecular messengers called mRNA and used them to manufacture the vaccines, a process that took about 6 weeks. The vaccines train the immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells. Drug makers have yet to release the full late-stage trial data, but an earlier trial found that pairing the vaccine with immunotherapy nearly halved the risk of recurrence or death after 5 years. Similar vaccines are being tested for breast, lung, kidney, and other cancers. North Korea did not respond well to President Trump's moves this week. They fired a barrage of ballistic missiles just hours after dismissing the president's overture to reopen diplomatic contacts.
Who would have thought they would do such a thing?
South Korea's military said on Thursday its northern adversary had launched about 10 short-range ballistic missiles eastward into the sea. South Korea's presidential Blue House called on Pyongyang to immediately suspend provocative actions. This salvo came hours after Kim Yo-jong, the sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, brushed off the president's move to scale back military exercises with South Korea and cast doubt on the U.S. president's claim that there had been any communication between Washington and North Korea. Kim Yo-jong, who sometimes speaks on behalf of the regime, said in a statement that the U.S. move was, quote, not even worth commenting on, and that reducing the size or duration of the drills did not change their provocative and aggressive nature. If the U.S. saw it as some kind of goodwill measure, she said, they will not get the answer they desire.
Is she the devil who wears Prada?
I was just thinking, is
The
that
evil sister?
is that a gig you want? I'm
Being
the
a sister?
I'm the spokesperson on behalf of the regime.
You better say what he wants you to say.
You misstep one bad word.
Yeah.
I think that reading about them in the past, they're in lockstep. You know what I'm saying? They're like brother and sister. Like
Is she
this.
like that Natalie Harp, or she's always attending to his needs?
I think I don't know.
Needs?
I don't know what the deal is. Yeah. Suspected human remains again being discovered. We had this same thing happen a few years back in Lake Mead, Nevada. The finding comes as the U.S.'s largest reservoir experiences record low water level conditions.
Those are just mob hits.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they think. Authorities still investigating the findings as of this writing, including the possible identity of the deceased. A decades-long drought has caused water levels at the lake to fall to a record 1,039 feet above sea level, nearly a foot below the last record set in 2022 when 4 bodies were discovered. Those men disappeared or were killed between 1974 and 2002. The lake is about 30 miles from Las Vegas, where mob violence may explain some of the killings, according to officials. As water levels recede, they're also exposing ghost towns like St. Thomas. It was founded by Mormon pioneers in 1865. The town evacuated and submerged beneath 60 feet of water in the 1930s due to the creation of Lake Mead. Parts of that city now appearing again.
They need some rain, don't they, John?
They do. Mm-hmm. I know we're a podcast now, but given all of our combined history, 150 years in radio, I must tell you that today, I have no story here. It's just that today, August 20th, is National Radio Day.
So, congratulations. Wait, happy anniversary?
Well, we're a podcast.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
You know what we're going to see probably in our lifetime is a big war for Lake Superior water.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
By whom?
Piping it to the southwest.
It's gonna cost
John,
them.
Yes, Kenny.
what was the story we had a couple of years ago, I think from Dakota County, where we were going to ship water to the West Coast? Do you remember that?
I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it's sounding familiar, but I
And
don't remember
I
any
believe
details.
Dakota or one of the counties involved shut that down.
Yeah.
We got
How
a lot
do
of
you do
water.
that?
We got a lot of water in Lake Superior, and it's going to be sought after.
And then Rook says, how are we going to get the salt out?
Yeah,
Yeah. How do you take the salt out? You got to desalinate
it's
it.
not salt water.
I think it is.
And a video has surfaced on social media showing a woman escaping a burning apartment in Berlin by climbing onto an 11th floor window ledge and jumping 2 stories into a firefighter's rescue basket.
Nice.
According to Euronews,
Was she naked?
No.
According to Euronews, the fire broke out around 6:30 in the morning, August 14th, at a high-rise residential building in the Friedrichshain neighborhood near the Ostbahnhof train station.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Smoke quickly spread
I
through
have
the
been there.
I believe you.
Yeah.
You tried to drive around the wall or something
I did.
like that. Yeah. Smoke quickly spread through the building, forcing firefighters to evacuate residents. When the emergency crews got there, the woman was already outside the window of her burning apartment, just standing there. The fire brigade's turntable ladder could only reach the 9th floor, leaving her couple floors above the rescue basket. Video of the incident showed the woman trying to climb down to the floor but struggling to find a safe foothold. With the flames intensifying, she positioned herself above the firefighter's basket, hesitated, and let go. She fell 2 stories before landing safely in the basket where a firefighter caught her. She was later taken to a hospital with only minor injuries. Luckily in that fire, by the way, nobody with any serious injuries. 13 people suffered minor injuries, and the cause of fire is still being investigated.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Yes, you need to inform us about a client, Mr. Soucheray.
Well, I know.
How does that work?
Are you sure?
Positive.
You're positive. Okay. My apologies. I thought you were pointing to your piece of paper.
No, I went like this.
Got it.
Down is full and plenty washing.
Here's a guy to talk about bugs.
If you're confused right now about pests, I have a solution for you. It is a Minnesota-based company, Valor Pest Solutions. We entertained for Trey's first birthday party this past weekend, and I was very happy that there weren't a whole bunch of bugs, wasps, ladybugs, etc., flying around the backyard. We got a lot of flowers and plants and stuff. And you know what Valor did? They came together, they walked the perimeter, put a plan together, and they told me, here's how we get rid of the pests. I said, okay, I have absolutely no idea what you guys are doing. They said, we do. We cater to Minnesota homes and backyards. We have a plan to put them out. I had ants running around the house. That no longer happens. There's no longer an ant situation at my home. If you want to get rid of those horrible pests, you can get in touch with Valor Pest Solutions. They're online at valorpestsolutions.com. Folks, it does make a difference. The summer GL special right now, 50% off your initial service with the monthly subscription. Tell them you heard it on Garage Logic. And don't forget, get rid of those mice before they come to your home. Fall, they're going to be coming inside. Valor Pest Solutions has a plan. Online at valorpestsolutions.com or dial 763-247-4329. With those pests being gone, you are not going to be disappointed.
What did you guys have for vittles at Trey's first?
It was a tailgate party, football tailgate party.
Nice.
It was a blast.
A football tailgate party.
Well, Trey has, he's got the football theme going, and he's going to be a lineman for Ohio State or whoever starts calling.
John,
Yes.
Got that whole
this
cowboy thing.
Somali gang story.
Uh-huh.
I thought the individuals were allowed to enter the fair. They just can't
Fight.
group together.
Oh.
Is that still the
Okay.
case, do you think?
That is not what I saw, but I can double-check everything while we're talking
6
about
of 10 alleged gang members have agreed to not go to the fair, apparently.
it. Right. That's what I got.
They signed a promissory note.
Of the remaining 4, 2 did not respond or seek representation. The last 2, Bilal Farah and Nasruddin Warsami, retained attorneys and pushed back against the injunctions, calling them performative, overbroad, and a violation of their constitutional rights. So it has reached the point where gang members now are fighting back with their own attorneys, saying we have every right in the world to go to the fair.
Is there a super lawyer gang attorney that's in
Must be.
Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine?
Yeah, Assistant Attorney General Keon Dousty. He said, at the end of the day, everyone should be able to go to the fair,
That's right.
even the named members.
That's right. Farah and Warsami did not appear in court yesterday, though their attorney said the 2 were not members of the Muddy Gang and that prosecutors failed to produce sufficient evidence to prove they were. Their attorneys also argued the shortened time frame and lack of disclosures during the process violated their client's due process rights because a guy has to plan to go to the fair. You can't spring this on us at this late date. You got to save up some dough. You got to
What are you gonna eat?
You got to tell work you won't be in that day. You're going to the
route.
fair. You got to know everything.
Transportation.
Yes.
What is it called? PTO, paid time off.
Yeah, you gotta,
Oh, wait. Better yet, they should all apply for the paid family leave bit.
why not?
You know, get a little dough out of the state for this.
But this
We
is
taking time off.
the Salon, no, the
Sahan?
Sahan Journal uses the word gangs. I predict that when the fight does happen, which I think the cops will have under control in a very short amount of time, the local papers will refer to them as groups. Groups of people.
Groups.
Do we have Sheriff Fletcher lined up?
Yes, for the second Friday. Steve Linder's put that together, his guy.
Fantastic, great.
I hope they wait to have the fight until the second Friday.
Well, that's kind of why we're waiting to see what.
Are you and Steve still okay since he took your gig?
No, he was the one that wanted me to get the gig
Oh,
until Mayor Carter said, absolutely freaking not.
Well, it didn't help your chances that you wanted to be issued a firearm.
Where's my gun?
And a car.
Only because they come to us all the way from Marloth Park in Mpumalanga, South Africa, from the traveling linemen's. We had a rough day on this day in history.
August 20th?
Yes, on this day
August 20th.
in 1892, on St. Paul's east side, a 5-story building collapsed and fell into Swede Hollow. The structure was home to 12 stores and 25 families. It had been built on a landfill. Luckily, the tenants managed to evacuate the building before it slid into the hollow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You know, last night I drove by the house that was on 3rd and Mariah, or the space, the house that blew up many years ago.
Yeah.
And there's still nothing there.
Okay. On this day,
August 20th.
noted. On this day,
Thanks, brah. Appreciate it.
in 19...
Third and Mariah. I think that's a Tom Waits song, isn't it, John? Third
Right
and
across
Mariah.
from Morelli's.
should be.
I went and bought a frozen lasagna at Morelli's. right next to Yeruso Brothers. And a couple of bottles of wine, and it was...
Virtually everybody listening knows exactly where that's at.
Oh, yeah, Morelli's is a
Were you wondering about what he purchased? Because I think you were.
Spumoni.
Have you ever gone down into Swede Hollow and given yourself a walking tour?
No, I have not.
It's very interesting.
I've driven through. I haven't walked.
Well,
I gave myself a walking tour last night, but I think it was something different.
all right. On this day,
August 20th.
Enough said. Noted.
in,
Noted.
I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, please. Hurry
On
up.
this day,
August 20th.
in 1904, a tornado with 110-mile-an-hour winds blew down the High Bridge in St. Paul and
Wow.
killed 14 people in the Twin Cities and Stillwater. And we're going to repeat that on this day.
You mean the storm did, not the bridge going down.
Well, whatever. I don't know which. On this day,
August 20th.
a tornado struck Austin, Minnesota, killing 5.
Sorry, what year?
1928.
Thank you. Okay.
And we had some August tornadoes in 1904 and 1928. On this day in sports disappointment history,
Joe, who'd we lose to on August 20th?
we get a break today. There are no items posted for today's date.
No news is good news.
That's right. We didn't lose to anybody this day.
Well, that's nice.
We just swept the Atlanta Braves.
That was a good series
I
victory
said
for
we.
the club.
I don't like to
What
do
number
that.
are you? I always forget.
I'm 14.
Okay.
The Twins swept the Atlanta Braves.
Now we head out for one of my favorite things in the summer, a West Coast weekend.
But they're off
trip.
tonight.
Yeah.
They
Same.
are.
Yeah.
Rook,
But they went last night.
Have you ever been to that new ballpark in San Diego?
I've seen it and driven by it. I have
a
not
neat,
been in it.
That's a really neat
They're playing
area.
Boston out west this weekend, aren't they?
No, San Diego's out there, man.
76 and sunny. The Padres, the Friars, the Friar Tucks.
Thank you, GLers.
Hey, don't forget a
San
couple of
Diego.
things very quickly. Number one, we will be out at the Minnesota Get Together a week from tomorrow and the Friday of Labor Day weekend. That's right, 1 o'clock for about an hour. We're going to be doing the show from the Channel 5 building, just the 2 Fridays this year. So join us for a live Garage Logic broadcast at the Minnesota State Fair. Also, we will be out tomorrow, but there will be a best of Garage Logic in our place tomorrow afternoon. So thank you so much, GLers. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you join the over 21,000 subscribers to the Garage Logic YouTube channel, where you can watch the show every single day starting at noon, and you can see full segments. There's video shorts, there's behind the scenes footage. Just search Garage Logic, that's 2 words, on YouTube. We should have video of baby Trey's first birthday on the Garage Logic YouTube channel.
You can make it happen. Come and see me next Friday. I'll show you some great pictures.
And you can also see us on all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X. And don't forget to sign up for the Daily Logician. That is an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today online at garagelogic.com.